Okay, y'all, I'm back. I'm here. So I don't know what's going on. I told y'all before, Gaylord is having another baby. So he's having a baby, and his wife, she's going through something, and then his phone is not connecting or whatever. So whatever day or whatever time he want to jump on one of my lives, it's cool. So we're gonna go on. Okay, I was talking about Krishan Rock. That's the craziest thing she could have ever did. She went to Blueface's court hearing. I would never walk into a court building knowing I'm not secure and I have wants myself. That's crazy. That's ludicrous. So she walked in the courtroom worrying about him, and they apprehended her. It's called apprehend. They apprehended her. So I want to talk about something else, and you put yourself, you know what I'm saying, like Blueface. I know he's young. I seen the behavior of like his mother. Do I act like her? No. You know what I'm saying? She's on a whole different level from me, and they a little bit above me because they have like a show with her. But I knew her and Rick Ross' girlfriend Tia, baby mother Tia, whatever. I knew they wasn't going to get along long because it's too much confliction and drama between them. So I knew that one. And then they got Tokyo Tony. Oh my God. Oh my God. But for me, I think I could get along with all of them because it would be, to me, I wouldn't like knowing and seeing the stuff that they do and the stuff that they say. I think I can just drain them out, especially if it's about my money. I can drain them out, like really tune them out. Krishan Rock, she's young. I understand that she made a couple of dollars or whatever. Sometimes we can be pulled in the wrong direction with men, and I think that's what's going on with her, which is really, really seriously sad. It's sad. So this one here, Jaguar Wright. I'm not confused about her at all. I'm just like, sometimes, you gotta say to yourself, what is it to you? What is it worth to you to tell these people business, mind these people business, and put them out in the street like that? Like, what are you getting from that? I just don't understand what she feels as though that she's getting from that. What are you getting? What is she getting from putting all their business in the street? Then they came up with something about Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion. One of them posed to had oral sex with the other. Like this. To be honest, hey y'all, hey bruh. To be honest, y'all, it's like they live the same type of lives we live. Their bag is just bigger than ours. And that's how I look at it. Because with me, if my bag was as big as their bag, the stuff that they doing, trust me, I would not be entertaining that at all. My mind would be strictly about getting the rest of my bag. My mind would be about getting the rest of my bag and me going on, to be more successful in doing bigger things in my life. They got bags, and here it is, they are on social media getting dragged up and down social media. For Diddy is a whole different situation, but to look at these women and Tia, Rick Ross, some of them, I don't know. I just don't know. I'm not being judgmental because people be judging me every day. So I'm not being judgmental, but she is wild. And this thing she does, I don't know how old she is, but I could not be sticking my tongue out my mouth like that. She be sticking her tongue out her mouth. I mean, to each his own. You carry on. You do what you do, you know what I'm saying, to make yourself feel good, or if that's how you want the people in the public to see you acting like that or whatever the case may be. Okay, cool. But I don't get them. I really don't. I really don't. Because like I said, if my bag was as big as their bag, none of that would be going on with me. Would I would still be on live doing this, yes, but I mean, the things that they're doing and the things that they're saying, I know I wouldn't be in that bracket with them at all. Tokyo Tony is funny though. She is really funny. She is. So, like, they are just like us. They just, like I said, their bags are just bigger. Jaguar Wright, I don't get it. I don't know if she's doing it out of, maybe they did something to her that she didn't like, or is she doing it because her paper is getting low, or what is it? But when you get online and you drag those type of people, everybody, I mean, like, she's going down the line. She got something to say about every celebrity, damn near every celebrity. And I'm just looking at her like, what are you getting out of this? These people that Charleston White, he get paid to go on people platforms and talk trash or do what he do. So I don't know if then she got locked up for something, you know what I'm saying? But she's not talking about that. I think one of the videos she is talking about when she got locked up. But for the most part, I just look at it and I listen, and I scroll past it because it's crazy. So here she is talking to this dude. I don't even know who this dude is. Just a Jaguar Wright.
Jaguar Wright be in the building. Jaguar, what you got going on today?
I'm about to go swimming after I finish with you.
That sounds good after you finish with me. What you mean you finish with me? Listen, I done got in trouble about this interview. You talk about Jaguar Wright. Hey.
I haven't finished watching it yet. I'm only 40 minutes in.
And a lot of your friends, they on my top. Oh, he kissing and telling.
Your friends? What friends?
Now, your followers, they on me. They mad with me about kissing and telling.
I heard the haters and the trolls came and had so much to say. I heard that you remember that boy that was on that tape hitting on me like Pound Town? They say he was in your chat. Why was that weirdo in your chat?
Oh, you know what, Jag, for real?
You know I'm filing charges officially when I get back home to Vegas.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
He done what he done.
Okay, how you feeling today, though?
Good.
Looking good.
Hello.
Who in that room? I hear a voice.
Nobody.
I see a big shadow back. Who you got?
Nobody's here. I'm alone.
You alone? It's sunny out there. What's good? It's the light?
No, it's just my lights.
Oh, okay, that's good.
She
Good,
wild.
Jag.
She wild. So I don't know. I have no idea what her motive is or why she's doing it, but kudos to her. If that's the way she feel, that's the way she feel. But she is literally, she's going across the board. Way across the board. So I seen today where somebody got online. He's from DC. I'm not piggybacking off of him. I'm just throwing this out there. And he said, how is it that a certain channel is posting DC criminal stuff, like the police doing this and this is happening in DC, and he was concerned. No, he wasn't really concerned. He was just saying how, you get so many likes for drama in that, that type of shape, form, or fashion of that drama, when it's people like me or whoever is online, and it takes us a minute because we're not trying to talk about that type of stuff. How do they get so many, my fault, my iPhone. This one tripping. He was like, how do they get, how? how do they get so many likes and stuff for that type of drama? So I'm going to say you have people that live more for drama and negativity than they live for positivity. You know, like when I had my little situation and my face was all over YouTube, I became not famous, because I don't call that becoming famous, but I became not the target, but the significant, not even significant, but what word would I use for it? I became the center of attention. I'm going to put it that way. So the views and the likes and stuff was going up because I was on there talking and saying what I was talking about, and it was all negativity. You know what I'm saying? So I could relate to what he's saying, but some of us, you know, you have to understand that's what the world is built on. It's built on a bunch of fuckery, lies, and misrepresentation of others' characteristics and stuff like that. People like that. Why? I have no idea. But that's the way this world has turned now. They like that. They like that. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I'm not, it's not appealing to me. It's not something that I live for. You know what I'm saying? I don't live for all that. I think it's sometimes drama can be quiet. You can do quiet drama, you know what I'm saying? You don't always have to be known, heard, and seen, you know, in encountering certain situations, places, and things. And I've been like that all my life. So being on live is something new for me, you know what I'm saying? Talking the way I talk and expressing myself and stuff like that, this is kind of new for me because I've always been quiet. I've always been, you wouldn't tell, but a lot of people that know me, I've always been quiet. But when I get out of my lane and I get pushed and I get, you know, out of my circumference as my characteristics or out of my zone, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I have realized with the internet, people live off that. So when somebody is posting that a person got locked up or drama in DC streets, the police is out there, you know, taking bicycles and they taking those the mopeds, and rappers are getting locked up and people flashing their money and stuff. People are attracted to that drama, you know, so they that's what motivates them. They like that instead of just being, you know, on some positive stuff. So they feel as though that's their outlet. Let me get online and see what drama this person put on their page or what this person put on their page. And I've come to realize it's what the internet does. It's what the internet does. I've seen so many different videos that has lied. Like people just, with myself, I can't get on live or live stream and lie because that's too many lies I got to keep up with. I've watched certain videos where certain people, they want to, if I'm not who I am, and I don't know what I am, and I have to build myself up by lying on another person or trying to make the world feel that I'm bigger than what I am, I'm just not going to do that. I sat back and I watched so many videos that people that I know for sure that was never those type of people in DC streets. You know what I'm saying? They had to work their way up to a certain level that just wasn't even their level. So when I'm seeing them on, you know, on certain people platforms, and they like, yeah, I was that nigga and I did this and I did that, and I'm just looking like, wow, you know. But I know it's the internet. I know that. I'm not putting myself on no pedestals that I'm not on. And it's just my actions speak for me more than my words, I would say. But I seen it. I seen, you know, a lot of stuff that I just be shaking my head like, what do you get out of pumping yourself up when you know you're really not that person? What do people, I don't know what they get out of that. I have the slightest idea. But what I do know is it's sad. It's sad. Just be you. Be yourself. Just be you and be yourself. I've seen people just get in people like to glorify lies more than glorifying the truth. And I would never ever understand that. I'd rather be told the truth than to be told a lie, because me myself being somebody telling me a lie, it's going to get under my skin, and I'm a sit down and I'm gonna look through the whole channel of it and be like, this is a bold-faced lie. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to go and approach them. I'm going to let them think that they, you know what I'm saying, oh, she think this and that. Let them think what they want to think. But in reality, I know shit be lies. You know, so people, they like to live off bullshit instead of live off truth and in reality, in the real means of what is really going on. So a lot of these, you know, I'm looking at the rap and stuff because of my son. But as I said before, my son, he doesn't want to be, excuse me, y'all. He doesn't want to be no Jay-Z or Diddy. He just want to get his little foot wet, get in the door, get his little music heard, get a couple of his little dollars, and he gonna move on to something else, because the music industry looks like it's more screwed up than the people in the streets. Like it's just sad. It's unbelievable. It's just damn ridiculous how, you know, you have people that really have talent, but they can't even show their talent because there's so much in the back end of that's just screwing everything up. You know what I'm saying? So you really don't you really don't get nothing out of it. You really don't get nothing out of it. So like, people don't understand, like, this world has really turned around real fast with a lot of stuff. And I'm not going to keep wasting my time on things that really don't matter, things that are irrelevant, things that can't feed me, things that, what's up, Shelby? Things that is basically out of my control, and things that I really don't care. I really don't care, because it's a waste of time. It's the waste of time. And I don't think a lot of people really realize that. They just see the significance of what is going on now, which is bullcrap. For real, it's bullcrap. But people don't pay attention to that. They want to keep paying attention to the negative part. You know what I'm saying? And if I just feel, for me, if I stay in the negative part, I'm not going to grow. I've overcome a lot, and I will overcome the rest. But I just don't like it. I don't like it. So if I don't like it, I'm not going to entertain it, and I'm not going to be a part of it. But I wanted to throw that out there because I seen him today. He was on there. You know, he was like, how is it that people posting on their page and they getting more likes for more negative things that's going on in DC than positive things? On a scale from 100, you got 80% of DC is pure negative. Pure negative. And the other 20% may weigh a little bit of positivity, but not that much. So what can you do? What do you do? What can you do? So, you know, I was told that the people over DC jail, a lot of them was dying from fentanyl. Now, it says when you come into prison, I know for a fact they strip search you. You are search butt naked, and you sit in this big chair, like the people that live in D.C. We had. It's the big chair on Martin Luther King Avenue. It's a big steel chair, and I'm not trying to be funny. I'm serious. It's a big steel chair over the jail, just like that. They make you sit in the chair. What's good, homie? What you doing? You joining or you watching? You joining or you watching? They make you sit. Gaylord on here, y'all. I'm asking him, is he joining or he watching? He got 10 minutes. All right, come on here for 10 minutes. Let me see. Let's see. Did it push? I pushed the Gaylord. Did it go through? It should have went through. You should be pushing it. He sent the request, y'all. I pushed it. What's this here? Okay. I just accepted. You should be jumping on. I hit accept again. Why? Now it's saying Gaylord is unable to join. I don't know what's going on with our phones, Gaylord. There he is.
Girl, what you got going on, man? What you go ahead doing, man?
It's Gaylord, y'all.
Terrible, man. What's up with you?
Hey, shit, what's going on, homie?
Man, hold on. That's too. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you. Yeah, I can see you now.
You can see me. I don't like that light on.
Yeah, I can see you.
What's going on?
What's up?
What you on here talk about? I be seeing all your videos and all this stuff going on with you. You know I'm out the way. I ain't with all that fly shit.
Exactly.
I'm home with the wife and kids waiting on G3 to come.
Yes.
I
was telling them, I was like, Gaylord Gray have another baby, so he got to take care of the wifey. He got to do everything.
My face, I'm 10, 12 pounds heavier. I'm eating everything she's supposed to be
eating with her.
Man, and she looks good. You see the picture I put up, and I sent you a picture. She looks good, man.
She does. She's carrying it. She's carrying it well. Look like two babies to me than one. It look like two babies in there.
What you on here talking about? I just logged on. You know, we talked earlier, and I told you about some of the stuff I was trying to do.
Yeah. So y'all, this is Gaylord from Southwest. Gaylord is from Southwest. Very well respected. Gaylord has been my friend. I seen Gaylord a lot of times, all the time when I was in Southwest as a teenager, going through my trimester.
I remember you chasing behind that white 190E.
Don't even go there. Don't even go there.
I remember that joint. I'm gonna tell you, like I was talking to you, you know, like over the weeks, over the months, about, I'm gonna say about 10, 12 years ago, my oldest son, Tariq, the one who owned the restaurant called Mush Sandwiches. I'm about to shout him out.
Visit that too. Mush Sandwiches. It's sandwiches, right?
Yeah, 3809.
It's on Rhode Island Avenue. It's a vegan spot. I'm gonna go there soon. I haven't been, but I heard the food is good.
It's 3809 Rhode Island Avenue.
3809 Rhode Island Avenue, Northeast.
He's doing really good over there. So I used to always, me and him used to always sit around, like when he was young, talk about my father, some of the stories my dad would tell him about, you know, life and Southwest. That was his, my oldest son, Tariq, his name Tariq Gaylord. He was, he's my father's first grandson. Like, I'm the only, not first grandson, I'm the only boy, so, and then I got two older sisters, so my oldest son, my firstborn son, you know, was like his man, you know, even though he had At the time he had 3 other nephews. My oldest 2, the one Maurice who got murdered last year, and then Morris who just came home from beating a body. So, my family history through Southwest and through the city is, I think it was pretty well known. When I was coming up 15, 16, 17, hanging, I was the type, I went in everybody's neighborhood because I thought I was, I had little honeys. Why we used to say bitches, but I ain't gonna say that. On my old head
Hey,
now, I'm
y'all,
not doing
Gaylord is Mr. Trey Songz, Mr. Steal Your Girl. He will take your girl.
Not no more. I'm married in a house. I'm done with that. Me and my wife was talking about that how people used to have so much access to me and they don't anymore because of you get older. So I'm gonna go back to telling you about it. And this was inspired. I'm gonna be honest. It was inspired by Melanda. So Melanda from Southwest, she wrote a book, and her book was a diary. So she took the diary. She would write her daily diary and stuff that she can remember or happen. I think it was through, and I bought like 4 copies of her book. That's how, if you're doing something, I'm gonna do my best to try to. I might not
help with the promotion of it.
Yeah, I might buy 1 or 2. It ain't my job to promote your shit, but I'm gonna buy it and put it on my.
That's supporting though. Supporting.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. So her book was more of, she was writing down the things that she went through in her 9 months of pregnancy and maybe like a year before, something she was going through. So my son was like, you should do that, because my father used to tell him some of the stories. And his generation is that they just starting to see how DC was. This DC now, I don't know what it was. Everybody, every neighborhood had a 2 or 3 that was killing and getting money and doing, like major players in the city. And although Southwest was a small part of the city, we still had numbers. We still was feared and respected.
Right.
In a lot of places. But a lot of people thought people from Southwest was dirty. I used to hear a lot of people like, oh, niggas from Southwest dirty, this and that. I remember one time, and then my memory is like my father's memory. It's really good. I can't remember a lot of names, but I remember places.
So hold on. Your father, so Gaylord's father is from Southwest. So it's like one generation after the next generation.
He actually from New York. He came to DC when he was 17 from New York, from Brooklyn.
Okay.
Right, my family still live up there, and well, actually they just moved from there. They moved to New Rochester. So they was from Brooklyn. So my father moved here when he was 17. Southwest Bury Farms, had the ice cream trucks all through Bury Farms. Sold the big nickel bags of weed all on Cowbury Street back in the day.
Hello, gangster.
Whatever. But he was real respected. Some of the guys like Wayne, James Montgomery, not James Montgomery. Damn, James Montgomery, the hot one. James. What's James' name? McCory. He like a big brother. Him and my father was real close. And my father was real close to like Vito, dude named Uddy, Lop. What's the old dude up Capers?
And Ernie Westwood.
Ernie. And it's the dude that used to run the rep, had the pretty brown eyes. Older dude.
Is it
the Capers rep? Used to be a coach.
Is it
I don't remember the dude's name, but I remember my father. I remember mine, and I remember like small stories, not like just some of the stuff he used to say. My father was like a jokester, always like he would say like if you was happy or something, he'd say shit like you were happy than a sissy with a bag of dicks. Those old jokes like that.
The old jokes.
Man, I remember seeing my father. I mean, this is some of my notes that I would like to turn into a book.
Right.
It's just about my life. I think I said about 10 years ago, I said it on Facebook, that I think everybody has a story to tell their life. Like their how they grew up in their life, the things that they experienced and saw in their life, which ain't got nothing to do with it's your life.
Right.
But you came in contact with people who did whatever they did, whether you was around or knew about it or heard about it, or was in certain situations. Like so my father would just tell me all these stuff, and my son would be around. So about 10, 12 years ago, my son, I was telling them stories about I think it was more around when that outpost, when the not the outpost, and my son was around during that time when, I remember my father threw I said my father probably wouldn't deal with it, but my son, we was in the K Street court gambling, and this was probably, man, 90. When everybody used to hang, when we had the big number 7 bags of weed, right? And we was out there gambling. It was all of us. I probably was 80, 89, 90. I think I was like, we discussed, I think I was like 17, 18, 17,
17, like 16, 17, yeah.
Because I had my son at 19. So I probably was 20. I'm going to say I was 20. So it was probably right before Slim went in. And we was all in the court gambling. It was Wayne, Poe, the Vito, the normal crew, and Tony Washington. Lord Tony Washington. That's my man. I got a lot of stories on him too. Good dude. Good dude. Got married, changed his life. And he he a little bit older than us, but he kind of showed us the way. So I had 3 dudes that really showed me the way. Michael Brody, Tony Washington, and Bebe Shannon. You remember Bebe Shannon? Resale Shannon.
Went to Jefferson Junior High School with me. Tony Washington
I forgot you were old head. All y'all old head. So my son, Tony Washington was messing with my son earlier down Southwest. So Tony was on the dice, and Poe Wayne. They had money. They betting 100, shooting 100, betting 100 on the 6-fold, 10 to fold,
right,
6-8. So I don't want to get boring, but I'm just giving you this short story. So all this money on the ground, and my son seen Tony bending over, and he remembered Tony smacked him in his head earlier that day. So he picked up a bottle. This one bottles was glass. He probably was probably about 3. Man, I don't even know if he was that age. I know he had just started walking. So whenever he started walking, he just picked up a bottle and threw it, and it went in the middle of the crowd. Man, I'm out there with these. I ain't nobody.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm getting trying to get some cootie cat. I ain't worried about no. I'm getting a little bit of money, but not really. And I had just started, doing the fire department stuff, so I was still whatever. But I still was going down Southwest. I'm never not going to step on that Southwest. Not as much now, but I'm old head. So all these dudes turn around looking. They looking at me, but it was him who threw it. And Vito pulled out $100, gave it to him, man. Take him up the mall. This one Waterside Field. Man, so I got little short stories like that I that I put together. Like I said, about 10, 12 years ago, my son said, man, all them stories you got, you should write them down.
Write them and just collaborate them all together in one as a book.
Sort of like what Melanda did. But my stories just like hood stories. No, I don't know nothing about no violence or none of that. I know, we all hear stuff and know what's going on.
Yeah, I remember you took that big old duffel bag with all that money.
That was something your folks told me to do. I'm gonna tell you a mission. I think I was probably 16. Little Pop was probably about 15. I think we like a year or 2 apart, me and Shorty Pop. So Wayne came down Southwest. He had Pop in the car, and he was in a green coupe BMW. I don't know. I don't know who car it was. I think it was Goose.
It was his.
Okay, my bad. I just seen Goose used to drive it all the time too. So we went. He was like, hey, he called me. He was calling me Sugar Ray because he seen me fight to do Willie Cobb in the court. We was young, and I was fast with my hands. So he called me Sugar Ray. Sugar Ray, come here. So I already knew little Pop because Pop and my first wife, baby mother, they family. So I knew Pop, and we went. He went up George Avenue. I'm like, what the fuck? Went up George Avenue, pulled to the side. It's the Madness shop. But Wayne get out the car. We get out the car. I don't really know too much about this Madness shit. It's just started coming out. So I guess that was when the man in the shop was out, 90, 90, 90, 91?
I think 91, like 90, between 90 and 91, I think.
So
Because
Wayne,
I had my son in 90 and they was out. So between 90 and 91.
so Wayne went in. Wayne picked. It was a bag, brown bag on the ground. It had like a beer bottle. He took the beer bottle out of the bag, gave us the bag, and said, "Take this in the store and give it to the dude behind the counter." Hey, what? So Pop grabbed the bag. We go in the store. We lured it. We tell the dude who I don't know who the dude was, and we gave the dude the bag. We was like, Silk said, huh? Here go the bag. Dude took the bag, went in the back, came back, gave us the bag. We left. We pull up in the alley, like Delaware Avenue, like with Ty Fag. I ain't gonna say fag. We call the fag Tyrone, but that shit
That,
funny.
don't play with Tyrone,
No
because you know I was
disrespect.
about
I'm
to
putting
bring
it.
it, because that's who seen the bag in your hand. It was Tyrone seen the bag.
Yeah. And that was
It was
years
Tyrone
ago.
that seen the bag.
So we pull up, Wayne, get the bag. He give us like $300-$400. The bag full of money. So they was just giving him money. So my little short stories, it ain't about Wayne and about nobody in the city. Like I got in there, like I seen Chin, like was in a club one day, seen Chin Sam Carson, Chin Dave
Shit.
Carson older brother.
Mm-hmm.
Chin was in
Mm-hmm.
the rack hooping, and him and Hard Rock got into it. What's Hard Rock like? Donald Hard Rock.
Donald, yeah.
Yeah. And Rock was bullying and all, was taking the ball doing that. And then him and Chin had some words. Just before Chin was Chin, he was the regular left hand dude that hit you with that left hand and put you on your back. That was one of his saying. Don't make me get your back dirty. And we all know what that
Hard
means.
Rock was a fighting little motherfucker,
He
though.
was,
Even
but
though his situation twisted, but
he was,
that was a
but he
rumbling
kept,
noise.
he was Rock, but Rock kept messing with Chin and what's his name? Tank Hines.
Tank Hines.
Told Chin, man, don't let that nigga keep bullying you. So Chin threw them hands up. We went outside. Chin threw them hands up. That nigga hit Rock with a 37 piece. And I ain't never seen no shit like that before. Chin with that left hand. So my thing is just stories like that people that I say, like, on my birthday, if you see, when I put some of the stuff up there, like my wife was like, what you want for your birthday? I want to go back down Southwest and hang with Tony Washington. Tony Washington was a good dude. Kind of weird, but he was a good dude. So he would have us, like, every time the Metro bus, you remember the 70 bus and the V4 used to ride past right there by the mall. We used to be out there, like, any girl that was sitting by the seat, we'd be like, Carmelita, just stuff like that. So it's nothing fancy. It is some gritty stuff in there,
Yeah.
which it was this stuff that I was around. Like, I remember Chin and Crawford. You remember Crawford? Crow?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We was in an alley game. I know I'm jumping all over the place, but I'm just giving you, reading from my little shit that I write down. I got little skits. It's just times and dates that I can remember. I can remember what people had on when they did the shit. So we was in the court. This one, Rue was still alive. It was 20, 30 people. Crow was up probably 15, 20,000.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how you gamble. They want some money back. Because the Crow was like, y'all don't give me nothing. I ain't giving y'all nothing back.
No.
So Crow walked off. Chin followed him to his back door. Let me get that.
Mm-hmm.
Crow gave that shit up. I don't
It was
blame him.
Crow, Ben, and Mars. I forgot Mars.
Maurice,
Mars and Maurice,
yeah.
the twins. Yeah,
and my sister named her two kids after them. Maurice and Morris. My nephew that got murdered last year was Maurice. His brother Morris that just beat the body that just came home.
Oh, so Morris is home now?
Morris is home. I talked to him this morning. Because actually today
that
is
was my buddy.
today is my sister's birthday, which is her mother. And she been dead for 14 years. So we talked about that. But it's just like that story, like I said that. So I remember in 89, I'm gonna tell you 2 quick joints that I'm gonna get off here because my wife probably looking at me like I'm crazy while I'm on here telling my business.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you 2 stories. One was from like '89, and I don't know. I think of the other one. So it's like '89. Okay, yeah, I got the other one. So it was like '89. It was me, Baby. I think it was Tony Washington. It was me, Baby, and Michael Brody. Remember Michael Brody? That's my man.
Michael Brody was real quick. They all was in my class. Tony Washington, Michael Brody, and Daru, which is funny. Daru too.
Rue was that? Yeah, Rue was older than me. All right, so it's '89.
Class too.
Yeah, look, it's '89. It's probably about 4, 5 o'clock during the day. We standing on, like, you know what, Ellery Queen? You remember Ellery Queen?
Ellery Queen.
They used to live right there in the court, right by Tyrone.
Because it was live in the 3rd house from Tyrone.
Yes. So it's a gate right there. That in front of the gate is Wayne Mother house, Miss Eloise and them house right there on that.
The house was on the other side. Mm-hmm.
So it was a fence right there. So we leaning on the fence by Ellery Queen in them yard. Kim, we see Kim, because we used to see Kim in that white 190 all the time. Kim, Big Feet Kim, hooping down, you know, who probably had way more money than Poe and probably a little bit underrated for back in the day. Niggas don't know about Kim.
He's a real cool dude.
Kim
I
was
have respect for Kim.
And his wife. Every time I see him, I call him
and his
Kim.
wife.
I call him Open Kim. Big respect for him. Feet bigger, she weigh about a 15, but that nigga can hoop, and he was a stand-up gentleman. Never, you know. He did tell me one time.
He was never wide open about anything.
Nah, he was rich back in the day. So he drive his white 190. So we on the fence, when we see the white in the 190 come off M Street, come turn with a police station, because the police was Anthony Boone. We used to sit on that wall, come around, pull up, and the car is Wayne. And who the fuck is it?
Probably Sales, because he was to be the driver.
Sales wasn't out. Sales was still in with my father.
Oh, okay.
Because Sales and my father was in Michigan for 15 years in the Fed. Okay. They was still in. Miles ain't come. I mean, from what I saw, Ty's name Tyrone. He ain't come around to, like, I don't even think he had a good year with Wayne before they debacle. I
think he had a good maybe 8 months, because that's who used to pick me up all the time.
Because I be seeing all these joints and they be saying, they make it seem like Wayne had this run, because he came home in '89. He was gone in '92. That's not a run. Then he went in from time to time, because like they say, Poe got him up. But my shit ain't about Wayne. I'm just telling you a story. Like, I got stories about everybody
that you have encountered with in your lifetime of living and growing in Southwest.
Yeah, so
I remember Tyrone was trying to get you too. He was like, I'm gonna get Gaylord. I said, no, you're not. No, you're not cream puff.
Tyrone ain't cream puff. No, I love Cool Cat. I love Cool Cat. I love the way it smells. I love the way it you gonna get me in trouble. So it's me. All right, let me tell you the story. Me, Baby, Mike, and me, Baby, Michael Brody. We stand in the corner. 190 come around the corner. I think it was Shorty. It might have been Shorty Black.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, Shorty Black. His son cool too. Lil Badonna. His son cool as fuck. I like his son. So the car come around the corner, pull up in front of the house, and I think I haven't seen Wayne since I probably was 89, say 17, 18. I think I haven't seen Wayne in maybe 4 or 5 years, but I do remember I had letters that my father wrote saying that, you know, that boy Eloise son down here, because he didn't know Wayne. He knew his parents, because my father old. You know what I'm saying? I think my father would have been 80. So he 20, 22 years old or whatever. So, but he knew his mother, because my mother knew his mother.
And your father was cool with Haji's father too, right?
Yes. Very cool with him. Yeah, very cool with him. So, and know who else was locked up with him? Man, Purvis.
Purvis was locked up with them too? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Purvis ain't, my father ain't really fucking Purvis, because Purvis used to steal cars and park them behind our house. he out there washing the car one day. My father said, "Why are you washing a stolen car like it's your car?" You know, this stupid shit like that. Those just stories like that I have. Small blocks of no hot shit, just stuff that I experienced. That's public record. That's So
very positive stuff, not so much of
I'm not doing no
that.
negative. I'm never going. Somebody that look like me, I'm gonna hire you to get you a job before I talk about you bad and try to put you in a bad situation.
And from,
you know what I mean?
From me to you, thanks for always being A1 from day one, my friend. Because you are like that. You really are.
I'm not
and
getting in between
you
nobody.
You ain't the type
All right, look,
that
listen.
go lucky
get
with
that
them.
before I go. Get that before I go off. Let me tell you the story. So the car pull up. Guess who get out the car? Your baby father. He got on a yellow champion sweatsuit. This one champion sweatsuits because everybody wore the hoods because you could cover your face up and still. We used to call. I ain't used to call them that, but everybody used to call them capers because you could pull the mask off and can't nobody see your face. Remember the champions was the thick sweatsuit.
The champions with the thick sweatsuit that had the white. They always had a white
symbol
on it, right?
A little C on it.
Yeah, the white
and they
C. Yeah, with the red in the middle.
Man, they had a hood you could put on, man. Can't nobody. You could see once you pull that. You could that should have covered. That should have.
You saying the champion hoodie had that type of hood on it, and
this
then when you drawstring it, you can't see
nothing but the eyes.
That's crazy.
So Wayne had a yellow joint on. He had on the Lakers champion jacket, and he had a blue tam car to the side. And I was just looking at him, and he was like, "Hey, I need to holler at you. I got a message from your father." So I guess the message was, so maybe about a couple months later, my father called home. You know, they do the collect. We had the long phone on the wall with the joint. He called.
So this one when your father was locked up. Okay.
He was At this time, he was down Lawton, and I think Wayne, from what I recollect from my father, that Wayne was locked up with him, and Wayne used to. The message was, make sure that my mother and we were good because we were still young. So he would drop groceries or have people drop groceries off at the door. My mother couldn't stand him because my mother knew.
She couldn't stand Wayne.
She couldn't stand my father.
Your father.
She couldn't stand, because whatever. Yeah. So I remember groceries. I remember stuff like that. I just remember like being down Southwest, going down on the other side, hanging with Sean. I was in love with Sean Boston for a long time, but we was just real cool, right? Just had this, and my father knew Sean's father. I think she knew real father and Roland. My father was real cool with Roland, who married Sean's mother, and they beautiful people. But I used to go on the other side. This is another story. Go on the other side, just hang out with Sean, sit out there all night talking.
You're talking about the 203 side or the Peachtree side? Peachtree side. So Peachtree side got the K, got Peachtree where Tyrone used to live, K the court, and on the other side where Ruthie and them used to live, right?
Ruthie used to live next door to me.
Okay.
I was 208 K Street. Ruthie was 206. I got a story about that too. When probably, let me see, 91, like 91, Wayne was fucking with Ruthie. I think he got a kid by her too.
Yes, his son is Giovanni.
Versace, because everybody was wearing. That was a Versace. We used to go in Versace. They locked the door. Wayne did. I lock that door. Make them lock the door because they know we about to spend.
Rest in peace. Ruthie was cool. She was a beautiful person.
I thought Ruthie,
even though she had her mental issues, but she was still.
I ain't know nothing about that because. So he used to be like, "Sugar Ray, you going in?" I'm like, "Yeah." He like, "Hey, tap on that window. Tell them folks I'll be around there in 10 minutes." Talking about Ruthie because he I to go home. Yeah, I remember one time he told it was him, Poe. I think Poe had that the red Bronco like OJ had. Mm-hmm. You remember that red Bronco? He could start that joint up and wind the windows down from across the street.
Yes.
And it had that. Whoa.
It was real loud, like a fucking.
That joint was
like a monster truck. It was like a monster truck.
Yeah. So he used to be like, go, just go tell her I'm coming. I got another story that I'm gonna get off, and I know it seemed like it's all about Wayne, but it's really not. It's just a part of some of the stuff that I saw.
I mean, he was a part of everybody's life, and that's the life you was
Especially
living at that time.
generation, my
We
generation.
ain't doing no Wayne stories on here. We just talking in general, so everybody can
Definitely
know.
not doing a Wayne story. I don't know enough. I just know what I know. I don't know enough to do, and I wouldn't do a story on another man. I would do the interactions I had with another person, but I'm not gonna do. That's his life and his family life or whatever y'all got. But and you know the shit he did was fucked up, so I'm gonna put it out there. But I remember one time it was me, Tony Washington, a bunch of us sitting out there, and it was Wayne and Michelle A. Remember Michelle A?
Yes.
From Southeast? That's his peoples. That's 80 and them people. Big Butt 80 and them people.
She rest in peace too. That was my girl, my A spoon cool.
And
Michelle
it was her.
A beautiful person.
It was probably about 2-3 o'clock in the morning. We out there, right? I'm selling my little whatever. My little had my little Bobby pin inside my pants with whatever I had in there. And we was just out there, and we used to order pizza from this one. Pizza first opened up there by South Capitol Street. Remember Pizza? Was it Pizza Hut? No. Was it Pizza Hut? Domino's. Because Pizza Hut was in Waterside Mall. Hold on.
It was in Waterside Mall before they tore it down. Domino's was at the top of the hill.
So we used to order the Domino's and then don't pay them. Give them one of them vacant joints.
Dirty motherfuckers. We
used to send them to 1009 because it was a vacant joint. And so we was out there one night and we ordered a piece. That nigga Schweitzer was out there. He ordered, that nigga ordered a 20 or 30 wings. Why he ain't give no, that nigga fat nigga sit out. And Wayne was, Wayne joning on him, calling him rerun. Man, so, and then the car pull up, it's 3 girls in the car. Michelle ain't one of them. So Wayne said, hit that joint. They hit the whole In Vogue When I Had. Remember that joint?
They used to be singing like shit though.
You
can say what you want.
I told Michelle A. I was like, I love you.
You retarded as fuck.
Hey, I got so many stories, but it's just like the stories that I've been around.
Do you remember when Tyrone, when y'all was in the court, one time it was hot as shit outside. It was Pimp out there. If all y'all was out there, Pimp, what's his name? What's his guy? Birdie. It was Pimp, Birdie, you, Draper, all y'all was in the court. And remember what Tyrone stole Rufy's white linen outfit off the
off the clothesline.
She went to Wayne and was like, I know you seen Tyrone. I was like, this shit about to be funny as fuck. Tyrone came out. I said, Tyrone, why would you steal her clothes off the fucking line with everybody outside? Man, Southwest was good.
Southwest was like that. I don't care what nobody said.
It was. I had a lot of fun days. Even though they were going to jump me one time and everything, but I still had a lot of fun days in Southwest.
Hey,
let's have that band over fucking Amadon.
Pump Blenders, not Amadon. That was in the court. They used to be in the club.
Yeah.
Or they be in the that was the best thing in Southwest.
Used to be in the park in the back, and everybody used to be back there gambling.
But you know what? Wayne wouldn't know when that the Pump Blenders. That was the Pump Blenders was like 86, 87. Wayne wouldn't know.
He was out. It was one band he was out because that's when Ruthie walked to him and had that army shit on, and I got mad because what he said, what he did. That shit not funny, Gaylord. I was mad.
Man, that shit was.
She was going through something, and Ruthie had her whole military outfit on. But I love Ruthie.
She's about to kill her, and Ruth about to kill everybody out there.
Man, that motherfucker told. I looked at him. I was like, no, you did not just disrespect this girl, and she going through something. She was going through something.
Wayne was 20, 26, 27 when he was out. So you can't really shit like that. But I remember this too. It was me, Uddy, and Vito. I don't know if you know Uddy. He an old head, used to gamble all the time.
I know who Uddy is. He bust a window out of a car one time.
So this one, man, Barry got caught.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I was in a. This was what That was 89. That was like 89. So it was me. It was me, Uddy, and Vito. We was standing in front of Erkyberg house. When Erkyberg had a big ass yard with a tree right there. We used to hang out right
with the
there.
tree in the backyard.
So I had came through that cut. You know that cut right there behind Tyrone's house? Because my house was straight from the cut. So you could walk through the cut, go right in my back door. I thought get chased by all them goddamn rats that used to be back there. So I was in the house watching the news and I came out. I'm like, man, you know this lock Marbury up. Vito was like, what for what? He was like, I said, man, they just caught the man smoking crack. Whatever year that was one of the stories in there. And what's up, Mark? You see right Mark remember them number 7 bags. So I got a story like with Mark in it.
And you got a story with Poo Poo too. Y'all two motherfuckers did that shit on that ice cream truck.
I don't know what you're talking about. Man, that was my father ice cream truck.
Was I used to be like this little ass boy. He make me sick. He always doing something.
Poo Poo was a good dude, man.
I miss them for the not for the street drama bullshit, but I miss them for the fun. Cause I used to have fun.
When people talk about those guys,
they don't know.
They talk about stuff, but the stories that I remember, because I don't know nothing about none of that. The only thing I know is what's in court documents and is whatever is that.
What those people said.
But those dudes were good dudes. I'm gonna tell you a story about Raul. Me and Raul met when we was probably about 13, 14, hooping over the Army base. Dale McGuy, remember Dale McGuy, the white guy used to do the Southwestern? He used to take us over the base to eat and play basketball. That's when I met Raul, right? Mark, his name Mark. We called him Eat Down Southwestern. Gus made up the name, called him Easy Cheese, because he tried to say he had a fat butt, but nothing. Back then we wasn't on no sexual, wasn't nothing sexual. It was just a joke.
Right.
Because Gus was the Joan who was Wayne used to Joan too, but Gus, Kirky, Jeffrey Moore, all them Sledge, me, Tyrus. We was like the Jonah group, right? Even light skinned Bobby Matthews. Mark Matthews, that nigga was funny too, good dude too. Oh, he said Rose said Sledge made it up. So we used to call him Easy Cheese, right?
Sledge is Tony Washington.
But Mark was probably one of the real dudes from besides Capers besides Capers or the Creek that would come down the west, and we all opened them with welcome arms. Good dude, still a good dude. Right. When my mother was going through, that man stayed in tap with me, man. More than some dudes that I grew up with that I helped. Right? I told you I can show you my cash app and my I got receipts, but I ain't that type of dude. But he was one of the real dudes. But so I just got a bunch of short stories that I'm gonna turn into. Yeah, some ways, some about a whole bunch of different people. It ain't nothing negative. It's just showing that the people that I grew up with that did whatever they did whatever they did. Their lives changed, whether they did or still locked up. But they different people now.
They different
and it's
people.
That when we was growing up, it wasn't, I see all the stories and the YouTube stories, which I told you, I don't, that shit don't matter to me.
Right. Because it's ugly and it's lies.
Yeah, so my job, and it's my job, to make sure you people that I grew up with, people that I know, are seen in a better light. You know what I'm saying? I think it's all about our job to make sure everybody see the better version of themselves. You can help somebody do. Thank you. So I guess he congratulated me on the baby boy coming. Yeah. I'm supposed to be a grandfather, and I'm a goddamn father. But I love it.
He had a problem with that, and I had to really tone him down. I was like, Gaylord, it's okay. No, it's not. I'm supposed to be a grandfather.
Yeah.
I was like, Gaylord, it's okay, Gaylord. Just be happy. It's okay that y'all still are able to do that. He was
my wife, man. My wife is awesome too, man. My wife,
Marvel, whatever. Gaylord was going through it, honey.
I was, and my wife talked me off the ledge. My wife talked me off the ledge, and my wife is. I knew my wife for a few months before we got married. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people like, damn, it's like when you know, when you got a person that, one of my reasons for marrying her was, she ain't had no access. Ain't nobody got nobody had access to her. I've never dealt with a woman that had no access. Nobody in my circle, nobody that I knew. And I know a lot of people from pretty much every neighborhood, Maryland, DC. Like I don't say that DMV shit. You tell me you from DMV, I'm gonna ask you where you from, and you say Atlanta,
Still,
you
right.
call it. And then I'm a straight shooter. So my wife is